Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Trisha. So let's go ahead and get started with this rose drawing. So I start with a single line, straight line, and then I draw a ellipsis on the top of the line and another one somewhere in the middle. And then from that point on, I just join them with two lines and then also a curvy line in the bottom. So it's kind of like drawing a little cup, because that essentially that is the shape of a rose, especially a young rose that is just starting to bloom, and it's has most of the petals still very closed, that's the kind of rose we are drawing here. So now from that point on, you can start drawing the petals. And one way that I try to imagine that these petals are hugging each other or embracing each other, because that's what the petals of the rose do. They just embrace each other. And then I also make those petals fold slightly, just like you see me doing now. And just by adding a second line, and that second line that goes around should not be very straight, should be a little bit irregular. So that makes it look very organic. Now I'm drawing another petal that goes all around this rose and from the back, and then connects here on the other side. So goes from left to right and covers all the way in the back. And then just draw a circle or ellipsis inside that little space you have there up in the top, and another one inside as well. And basically that's all you need for a rose. That is the skeleton of this rose. And now all you need to do is just retrace your lines with your fine liner. I am using today a 005 Master's Touch graphic pen. That is a pen for illustrations and drawings. So just make sure that your petals are a little bit irregular, so it looks more organic. I like to always add the leaf of every flower. So here, rose flowers have very spiky leaves. And then we just need to start shading. So try to imagine that there are some parts of your rose are going to be much darker. There is not a lot of light there, and that usually would be parts in the bottom of the rose, parts that the petals are folding, so right under those foldings of your petals are also going to be darker. And then of course in the middle, the center of the rose there on the top, also it's going to be naturally darker, because there is less space there. It's so confined, so there is not a lot of light getting in there, so naturally it should be a little bit darker. You can shade your rose as much as you want or as little as you want. The shading part of any drawing is what will define your style. My ink drawing style tends to have a lot of shading. That is a personal choice. That's how I prefer to see my ink drawings. The direction of your shading too, it's really up to you. It's also what defines your style. Many artists like to do darker areas of shading with cross hatching, and it looks very nice too. I didn't do it here in this particular drawing. Occasionally I use simulator using cross hatching for the stem, but for this particular drawing, for this rose, I decided to just do straight shading, just going down. So as you can see, as I mentioned before, under those petals that are slightly folded out, it will be a little bit darker. That's why you see me doing a lot of shading in there. And where the petals are joining each other also would be a little bit darker too. These are just guidelines. Ultimately, this is your art. You can do it however you want to, however you prefer. But these are some guidelines to achieve a certain look or a certain style. But it's up to you how you want your drawing to look. I always say this in my channel. Your art is your world. You can do it. You can create your world however you want. There are no rules. So as you see me now doing some shading in the larger petal that is folding out a little more. So I added a lot of shading on both sides, and I left the center of it in blank. That is to clearly define the highlights in that area. And the same was done for the other side of that same petal. So as I had mentioned before, that center part of the rose, it's also going to be heavily shaded. It's going to be, because it's naturally an area of the rose that's going to look darker. So if needed, use a fine liner that has a smaller nib, like that one over there, which was 003. It just makes the job easier for very, very tiny areas, or for areas that you want to be very careful on the amount of shading that you're adding to your drawing. So something else I want to say here about ink drawing is related to the paper. So this paper that I'm using here, it's not a smooth paper. It's pretty, well, it's not rough either, but it's very good, has a very good tooth. So I prefer papers like that for ink drawing. I don't really like to draw in ink pen with papers that are very, very soft, very smooth. It has to have a little bit of tooth for me, because that helps me achieve a look that I prefer in ink drawings. It kind of, I guess a good way to explain this is that it refrains my shading process, because the paper has some tooth. So as I'm shading, the pen doesn't slide so easily, and it kind of gets broken up a little bit, and that helps me achieve a look in ink drawings that I prefer, that I personally prefer. I know some other artists prefer to use a more smooth paper, and even advise that is the best type of paper for ink drawing. But honestly, I feel like that is a personal choice. So I decided to draw another leaf for this rose. Roses usually have a lot of leaves. Well, I think almost all flowers have a lot of leaves. And it also helps this drawing to look a little more dynamic and interesting because the rose itself is very simple. It's a very simple process and perfect for beginners. But also it gives us a little more to look at in this drawing. And then of course I will also draw here the little rosebud. And I like to think as the rosebud as a teardrop, and very simple to draw as well. You can also think of this as a semi-heart that is drawn upside down. And then of course don't forget to draw some thorns. Don't forget the thorns of your rose. That's important too in this drawing. Well, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it's useful. If it is, please hit the like button. And if you enjoy anything related to art, drawing, painting, coloring, I think you're also going to like the next video coming up. Well, keep creating and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.